What's going on today, guys? For today's video, we're going to be looking at how I'm going to go about getting my wood cutting or logging to level 200. Now, I can make a whole guide in this, or I could break it down pretty simple, honestly. And we're just going to get right into the meat of this and kind of explain exactly what you want to do. But the first thing is there's a couple things we have to have before we just go out and start chopping trees. Of course, you can do that, but it's better to kind of make sure you got all your bonus XPs, and that's what we're going to take a look at today. So the first thing I would highly recommend is going to the trade post and grabbing a set of Lumberjack gear. Of course, you just type in Lumberjack, click can equipped, which I'll show you an example in a minute. But why you want to have this is because it gives you a boost to Constitution. All these items do. Now, depending on what level they are, depends on how much Constitution they give you. Along with that, I selected luck to have luck on all of my equipment. So that way, while I'm logging, I have chances to get, rare items or, anything that might come from wood cutting. So I want to make sure I have all my luck up. It's definitely a good thing. Now, we definitely want to look at our Constitution because Constitution is one of the main things that you want to have. So without any points contributed right here, I think I have, 28 points contributed right now. I will respec and put all of my points inside Constitution. Why I do this? One, it only costs me very little A's off. But two, you get the bonuses all the way through this. So you get... a lot of these are like logging, 10% logging speed, so you cut down trees faster. You get 10% more yield when you're chopping down trees. Not only that, but it's important to get to 300 because you have a 25 chance to chop a tree down in one swing. So that meaning 1 in every 4 trees that you cut down potentially is going to be a one hit chop down, which is really nice. Speeds up this whole process of doing everything. And really kind of pushing the next level. So this is exactly what I do. So that way I'm ready to set up and chop down trees. So this is very important to have. But then again, I'll give you an example of how to buy them from the trading post. So of course you come here and you put Lumberjack, right? And if you look down here, you could go Lumberjack gloves, whatever one you want to have. Of course, I always select number 5 because I'm level 60, can equipped, and it gives me all my options. And I go through each one of these and looks at which one gives me the highest Constitution. These look like they all give plus 20. I know that there is plus 22 right here. So if I'm looking, I'm going to buy these right here. And it's for $1,000. So you could buy them for as cheap as 50, and this is actually pretty high gear at 504. Or you can buy all the way up to 1,000. Sometimes these pieces range more than that, but the lower you go down in levels, the cheaper it is. So you can buy these pretty much at any level across the way. So let's hop over to one of my favorite spots to log trees, and it's going to be right over here inside Everfall. If you zoom in, you want to go to the Bear Claw Shrine. Of course, we can use the resource map to find a bunch of other trees out there, exactly where to go wood cutting. If you're starting between level 1 and 50, you can just go right outside Everfall, and there is trees for days. And you can chop down young trees until you get to mature, and then you can chop down mature trees. Once you hit level 100, it then changes the game to woodward trees. And there's not really one area that's super dense with woodward trees, but the place I'm going to show you is right down here in Bear Claw Pass. There's like 7 trees, woodward trees, and then there's 2 up here that we can get on the way down. And then after you're done with those 7 trees, there's this whole forest outline here that has hundreds of trees that you could just go around and chop until the woodward trees come back, and I get massive amount of experience. I think yesterday I went from like 104 to like 125 in not even an hour. So this is a pretty quick method of exactly how to do it. So this is probably the best way I found to chop down trees, and this is kind of what I use. Usually there's a woodward tree, but somebody already chopped it down. There it is right here on the ground. You could kind of chop all these trees down along the way. But I definitely want to get over this area. I'll show you exactly where it's at and why I like it. Hopefully there's nobody there. A lot of times people don't come over here in passing. They'll just chop down the trees, but I don't really catch anybody here actually training their level. so usually it's not very crowded. Hopefully after this video it doesn't get much more crowded. I'll notice if on my server if there's anybody here. Every single time I come here, there's been literally nobody. I know it's kind of a more outlandish area, and I know people are always looking for just straight woodward trees, but in this game there's a couple areas that have a high density, but the respawn rate takes forever, so you'll just sit around and waiting. I want to maximize the amount of time that it takes me to chop down trees, or maximize my XP with the least amount of time to chop down trees, and I really feel like this area is the best for it. You can kind of see over here as I run by, you can chop down all the trees here, but first I always go to chop down the woodward trees first, and it looks like somebody's already starting to chop them down, or is chopping them down currently, because I can see the stumps are removed. But you can see there's 1, 2, 3, this one's number 4, 5, there's just 5 right there. Look at that, one shot. And then I just go around, and while I wait for those trees to come, I will just sit here and chop all these trees until, I don't care if it's young, I don't care if it's mature, or anything like that. That way, I have all my material to help me level my next thing of woodworking, so that way I can start on my furniture and whatnot. But this whole area back here is highly dense with trees, and you can chop down everything you can do. You can do this pretty quickly, I think. I'm going to see how long it takes me to get to level 200. I literally just started working on wood cutting like 3 days ago. Not playing that many hours, but I think this method would definitely make the best way. But if you guys want to leave a comment down below where you guys like to chop down trees and train wood cutting, that would be awesome. I appreciate you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day.